It's not uncommon for us on Apex YouTube to say Apex is dead, and people are still saying it. But I'm not gonna lie, right now it's the truest it's ever been. Apex is the deadest it's been in 3 years, and because of some major issues. So what are they? First, let's take a quick look at the player charts. We can see that Apex's player count is the lowest it's been since Season 11. And if you don't realize how long ago Season 11 was, it was back when Ash came out and also Stormpoint came out. This was 10 seasons ago, so what's caused Season 21 to drop to such a low level? Well, there's actually a few reasons, believe it or not. The number one place to start investigating this question is on Twitter, simply by asking Apex fans why aren't they playing. And of course, when this question was asked, people said cheaters and skill-based matchmaking, which may be true, but also cheaters and skill-based matchmaking have existed throughout Apex's whole life. But one of the other answers I was getting a lot was simply, Apex is boring right now. Like, literally boring. It doesn't feel like there's much worth to go on and play. And also, Apex simply doesn't respect the player's time. In fact, that very tweet is one of the most liked replies to my tweet, meaning a lot of people do resonate with this. And also, this is the most liked reply to my tweet, by the way. TeamSpeak are certified haters. But these 2 points to why people have stopped playing the game are very important. Starting off, let's go over the game being boring, as it seems people simply don't want to play because the game's boring, and I have an idea to why this might be. If we look at all the stuff that came in Season 21, we did get a lot, to be honest. We got solos, a new map, a new legend, and also Cobalt guitars, because apparently they were a big selling point for the new season. All that content besides solos got pretty boring a few days into the season because we've seen it all before and we've had it all before. It's nothing groundbreaking or standout. What people crave in new updates now is gameplay changes, and I'm serious. The most popular Apex update we've ever had no map update, no legend, just a load of gameplay changes, and also it brought mixtape to the game. And then the most popular season within the last year is the one that brought perks to the game. People really crave these gameplay changes, and I think the constant format of a new map update and maybe a new legend every single season is getting a bit boring. Fortnite is actually really good at this. They bring players back by adding just insane gameplay systems in every single update almost. Literally, I was scrolling through Twitter today, and what even is this? I want to use it, and I haven't even played Fortnite in like 4 years. I think there's one glaring fact though that's going to be putting a lot of people off the game immediately. Duos has been removed for solos. Now, don't get me wrong, solos is a really good mode, and I think the actual trios and duos modes can learn a lot from it with speeding up some of the gameplay systems. But replacing duos for solos is just ridiculously dumb. Me, personally, from my own experience, I only play duos in Apex. I only want to play with one person. I don't want to babysit somebody that's randomly joining my team because I'm forced to have them. And due to that fact, I've not played much of this season at all, simply because I can't play the way I want to. Putting it simply, Apex has the correct idea right now of experimenting with new gameplay systems, but they're maybe not being implemented enough or implemented properly. Not to mention the fact that among the Apex community right now, there is a huge hunger for new weapons in the game. The last weapon we got was in Season 16, and it was the Nemesis, and since then, 5 seasons on, we've had no new weapon. I know Respawn have said they don't like adding new weapons because it's hard to balance, but there has to be a point where you're like, the community really wants it, and also, seasons with new weapons do really well. And if they don't want to add new weapons, no problem. Bring dumb limited weapons, like the Limit Break Sword from the Final Fantasy event. Apex players have changed. Doing updates the same way you did them 16 seasons ago just simply doesn't cut it anymore. People get bored. Speaking of boring, the lore over the last few years of Apex, pretty much since Season 9 onwards, has been very boring as well. I originally started playing Apex because of the lore, so I can definitely vouch that simply the lore of the game will bring people to the game. People enjoy a good story. Even Fortnite knows this. They've got their own weird little lore going on that people actually care deeply about, and the lore simply hasn't been there for so long now. Luckily though, Respawn are clearly trying to bring the lore back to what it once was, and I think the Alter Horizon story is definitely getting us there. By the way, to those people who are going to say, no, the Apex lore is still as good as it used to be, just take a moment to look at how the Apex lore subreddit has died. It's flatlined. On to the next point though, a lot of people believe Apex simply doesn't respect their time. And once again, I have to agree. It feels like Apex has gone from a game you hop on to achieve a goal and get rewarded for achieving that goal, to a game you hop on to play because you've simply spent too much money to stop playing it. I will say though, in the recent seasons, Respawn has definitely realized this issue and realizes people want to do challenges and have a sense of achievement by completing these challenges. I feel like Respawn did show this with the reactive flatline challenges, and also this season with the brand new Solos 20 bomb. They realise people want a hard challenge and will stay and play the game if the challenge is fun enough. Beyond these 2 points though, there's definitely a lot more to why people want to play Apex less. Simply, I'm going to say it, Battle Royale is getting old now. It's been nearly 8 years now since Battle Royale got really popular, and a lot of people like me have straight up been playing this genre for 8 years straight. People are getting bored, and once again, Respawn and other Battle Royale developers like Epic do see this, and that's why Epic and Respawn constantly say they're trying to expand beyond Battle Royale, because they realise people also don't mind playing a bit of team deathmatch on the side. And maybe one day Battle Royale will just be a genre that dies out. Truly, in my opinion though, Battle Royale will never die, but people can sure get bored of it. But Apex does already anticipate this. In the recent EA investors calls, the CEO of EA constantly mentions expanding beyond Battle Royale, so I think Apex are on top of this and have plans in the future to break the Battle Royale mold. Hopefully Mixtape gets some major improvements, because right now it doesn't feel like its own mode. It just feels like a weird tag onto Apex, nothing like Arenas ever was. Apex will definitely bounce back though, and we have to mention a few things. First of all, Apex is known to die in the summer, specifically June and July. Over the last few years, every single June and July, Apex loses players massively and then bounces back August, September, when new content comes out and people don't want to be touching grass / their family so much. Which is why the next season is scheduled for August, because in the words of Todd Howard, it just works. People will come back for that season. Especially because next season has a new map, which is our first new map in the game for 6 seasons, and it will be 7 seasons by the time that update actually comes out. I think Fortnite is also feeling this pinch that Apex is, because Fortnite is at its lowest players it's had in a long time, so maybe it's just gaming in general which is struggling right now. Let's not neglect to mention that a lot of people have been just playing new games. XDefiant has come out lately, which a lot of you have been saying you've been playing instead of Apex, and also the finals just got a new season, which people are also saying they're playing instead of Apex. If I'm completely real with you, I wholeheartedly believe Apex is going to bounce back in August, but for now, Apex is going to have to deal with losing a lot of its players. But I think losing its players is a good thing in the long run, because Apex can work out what works and what doesn't. And also, this gives them encouragement to actually start putting what people want into the game. Only when Apex is suffering do we see the best updates come out, and I hate to say it. I'm going to end the video with a bit of a personal gripe though. I think Apex's cosmetic system needs to massively change, and more specifically, the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass, we've been doing this for 21 seasons now, and it's literally hardly changed. The Battle Pass needs a rework. It needs new stuff, more stuff, and maybe a change to how progression is done, because it's just boring now. I don't want to complete the Battle Pass, and not many people do, because we've just done it a million times before. Respawn could literally do something as simple as add a skin recolor of a random legendary skin to the end of the Battle Pass to encourage people to finish it more. I think Apex still needs a lot of work, but it can bounce back from this mega low point that it is in. Respawn just needs to listen to the community a bit more and respect the players' time. But if you've not been playing this season, why is it? And subscribe to keep updated with them fixing the game.